9 months postpartum, and these 7 things are actually helping move the number on the scale. And only one is exercise. Hey, I'm Jenny, and I have been overweight pretty much my whole life. I had failed gastric sleeve weight loss surgery. I've done all the different fad diets, but these things are actually helping me lose weight this time, and I feel like it's a lot more sustainable. So I just thought I would share them with you all. Obviously, I am not a health and wellness coach, so take this with a grain of salt, but this is just what's helping me as a plus size, first-time mom with a 9-month-old lose weight, and it's actually been helping. I've lost 10 pounds in the past month, and I feel so much better and healthier every day. So let's jump on it. Number 1 is calorie deficit. If you're not eating in a calorie deficit, you're not going to lose weight. So calorie deficit is you're eating less calories than what your body is burning. So naturally, your body just burns calories just to function and be alive. There are a ton of different calculators you can use to find what your calorie deficit should be depending on what your weight loss goals are. I'll link one that I use down below. Obviously, the higher the deficit, the faster you'll lose weight, but you also need to make sure you're eating enough to function and not lose muscle mass or bone density. So obviously also consult a physician, some sort of doctor, because it's a science and you really need to be careful with it. But that is the number 1 thing to do. So calorie deficit leads into number 2, which is tracking calories. I know it can be really scary, and if you're like me, it can almost become an obsession in a way and then kind of over analytical. But if you download a tracking app, I use the Baritastic app since I was a bariatric patient, even though I had failed surgery. I really like it. It's really easy. You can scan just the barcodes on foods and it adds it. Some stuff isn't in there, so you can just search it and it comes up that way instead of scanning, or it's pretty quick and easy. You just type in the brand, what the product is, and then add like the calories and protein, carbs, fats, all that. But it's such an easy way to just start, and that's kind of how I started my current fitness journey. Is just I started tracking my calories just to see where I was at. I wasn't trying to already cut back on anything or add anything. I just was tracking to figure out where I needed to start. So that's what I really love about tracking calories, is it helps you realize obviously how much you're consuming calorie wise, what you need to add. Maybe you need to have some more protein, and obviously what to cut back on. If you're, eating like 3,000 calories and you do the calorie calculator and it says you need like 2,500, then okay, I need to cut back. Just an example. And then number 3 is protein. Protein. I know people talk about it so much, and there's protein everything: protein chips, protein bars, protein ice cream, protein pizza, literally everything, anything you can think of, there's becoming a protein option, which can be very overwhelming. But the more protein you eat, the fuller you will feel. And I definitely feel this. When I eat a high protein, lower calorie, lower carb meal, I feel full for longer, which then helps me be less likely to snack and munch throughout the day and binge, because I have a history of binge eating and it's something I struggle with and I'm working through. But protein is super important, and like I said, not just for helping you feel full, but eating higher protein while on a calorie deficit is going to help make sure that you're not losing muscle mass or bone density, which is something you want to be very careful of. And like I said, on any sort of weight loss journey, please consult your doctor, because you really want to make sure that you're doing this in a healthy way. Number 4 is water. Water intake is honestly such a huge thing that a lot of people don't realize. Most people are dehydrated, and when you're dehydrated, your body is going to hold on to water weight. And I know a lot of people talk about it, and that's a good chunk of the weight that I've lost so far is water weight. But if you're not drinking enough water, your body will hold on to all the water it can. And obviously water keeps you hydrated, which is just really good and healthy in general. Plus, something I didn't know until I was on my whole weight loss fitness journey leading up to my surgery is that your brain can actually confuse hunger with thirst. So a lot of times I'm snacking throughout the day, I feel hungry here and there, and a lot of times if I just drink some water, drink like a glass of water or however much, just drink a decent bit, I'll feel a lot better. And I'm actually not hungry, my body is thirsty, and my brain is just getting things confused. So obviously drinking more water and staying hydrated throughout the day, it's going to help with that and help with food noise a little bit. At least it has for me. I feel like a good target range is like around like 120 or so. That's how much I try to do. I'm not really good at it. I need to get better at it. I have like the 40-ounce Stanley, so that's drinking 3 of those a day. And I feel like when I do drink 3 of those a day, I'm a lot more hydrated. I'm not snacking as much, and my weight goes down a little bit quicker because I'm continually drinking so much that my body just isn't retaining water, so I don't have any excess water weight. So water, it is so important. It's also really good good for your skin and just good in general. So drink your water. Number 5, replacing unhealthy snacks and sweet treats with healthier options, and also just not buying them at all. So this is super hard for me, and it is a process, and I'm still working on it, and I'm working on all of these things, but I try my best to buy higher protein, low sugar, low calorie treats, and not buying, you know, like the Hostess Little Debbie snacks that we all love and overindulge on. But the number one thing with this, not buying it wise, is if you don't have it, you can't eat it. But having those lower calorie, low sugar, no sugar options are really, really helpful. Some of my favorite options are the Built Puff Bars. Those are absolutely amazing. I love marshmallows, and they're basically like chocolate covered marshmallows, but a little bit chewier. Of course, protein stuff is expensive. I do know that, but it is worth it to me. I'd rather really budget and meal plan and cut back other places and spend my money on things that are healthier options that I know I'll eat and are going to be better for me. So the Built Puff Bars, I really like the Quest. They're like little cookies. They're like little frosted cookies. They're not the greatest protein to calorie ratio, but it's better than eating a piece of cake or an actual proper cookie. I love Prim Bites. Their brownies are amazing. Their rice treats are nothing like a Rice Krispie treat, so the first time I tried those, I did not like them, but the more I kept forcing myself to eat them since I bought a box, I actually really like them. They're just like a really good, like super chewy, just protein bar to me, really, that's kind of frosted, glazed. So that's also something. They're really chewy, and it helps me eat slower because it's super chewy and it takes forever to eat them. So that's number 6, is eating slower and trying to count how many times you're chewing, because I am terrible at taking a couple bites and swallowing. I saw this thing once where you're supposed to like chew your food 20 times before you swallow it. That's a little excessive, and your food turns to absolute mush sometimes, depending on how big of a bite you're taking. But you know, just trying to chew your food at least like 10 to 15 times, it really does help. It helps you slow down and just be very present with your eating and very mindful of how much you're eating and how fast you're consuming, because if you eat too fast, your stomach doesn't have enough time to talk to your brain and be like, hey, we're full, stop eating. So slowing down with eating, just paying attention to that and counting my chews does help. And the more you do it, the less you'll actually have to count, and you'll just kind of build that habit and routine of eating slower, chewing your food more. And that's just like a super random one that really has helped me. And then number 7 is being more active, exercising, which is the one thing that is super hard for me. I've never liked exercising. Clearly, I've always been overweight, so exercising is hard. I never enjoyed it. I hated gym class in school. Just, it wasn't my thing. And I am working on it. And this is something that obviously you do not do overnight. It doesn't have to be, and it should not be overnight. So just adding a little bit of movement slowly. So if you're like me, stay-at-home mom with a baby or a toddler or whatever it is, or you work a desk job and you don't really walk a whole ton, just adding in a few more steps. If you have like a smartwatch, just paying attention to how much you're moving and adding like 1,000 steps. It sounds like a lot, but it's not that hard. Just maybe walk a little bit more, or walk up and down your street a time or two, go up and down your stairs a couple times. Just add in a little bit of steps and movement, and then slowly increase it. Like, okay, well, walked up and down the block a couple times, now I'm gonna go around the block. And it's so much easier to gradually do it than if you just jump in fully and start working out intensely every day, every other day. It's gonna be a lot harder. It's gonna be harder on your body. So just please be safe and smart about it. Just gradually add more movement, add workouts in, which I can do a video on some of my workouts if you'd like. I do it all at home. I just have free weights, resistance bands, and like an exercise ball, and it works really well for me. And it's crazy, but the more I work out and the more I exercise, my body may be tired, but I actually feel better. I can go up and down the stairs and not be so out of breath. So it's those little things that you can actually notice and are attainable. It's the little, as we call it, non-scale victories of, I went up and down the stairs twice today and I'm not panting and feeling like I'm about to pass out or something like that. So just adding a little bit of movement, easy little workouts, and slowly increasing that. Or like right now, I've been working out. I've been trying to do it at least every other day, sometimes every day. It really just depends. But also listen to your body. If you're tired and you're sore and you're just really not feeling it, take a day off. But also, if you're like me, make sure you push through some of those days. Try to do a little something, because sometimes there's days where I just really don't feel like it. I'm tired, I'm a little sore, but I push through and I start working out, and then partway through I'm like 15 minutes in and it feels like I've been working out for like 5 minutes. So another little tip with the whole movement and exercise, try to push through and keep going, but also know your limits and just be careful. And again, make sure you are consulting with a physician or some sort of proper expert just to make sure that you're not overdoing it and you're not hurting yourself or causing any potential harm. Little bonus number 8 I'll throw in is having a buddy or someone to help hold you accountable. So for me, that is my husband, Sean. We don't really work out together or anything, but he helps hold me accountable, and he reminds me like, hey, are you gonna work out tonight? And there's some nights where I'm like, no, I just really not feeling it. And then other times I was like, yeah, I guess I'll work out quick. Like when we're shopping for groceries, he reminds me to get my healthier options and proteins. I don't restrict him in things. Like I still let him get his little sweet treats here and there, and it's hard, but I have gotten pretty good at, you know, not eating those. Like if he wants his Little Debbie something or other, like I let him have that, and it may be in the drawer right next to all my protein stuff, but I'm able to open that drawer and grab my protein stuff, and I just kind of ignore that half. And it is really hard. There's been a day or two here and there where I have grabbed one of the things, and it is something that I'm never gonna be perfect at. I'm gonna like my sweet treats, but having that person or a workout buddy, just someone to help hold you accountable, is really gonna help. And if you need someone, just drop it in the comments. We'll encourage each other. Like I said, I'm no fitness expert or anything. This is just what has worked for me, but I really want to continue sharing this journey, and just that way you guys can help hold me accountable, and we can just have this interactive little community where we cheer each other on with all our little victories. And I'm just so excited that you're here. I know none of these tips are super monumental, crazy, huge things, but putting it all together and actually following it and sticking with it has really, really helped me. Like I said, in the past month, I have lost 10 pounds just doing this. I have always been big, and I have always struggled with my weight, and like I said, not really ever done the weight loss journey the proper way until surgery, and then it not working out, which watch that video down below. It's a little wild, but this is what works for me, and I'm really excited to see where this journey takes us. So hit that thumbs up button if this video helped you. Make sure to subscribe to stay tuned on this journey with me. I love you so much, and I'll see you in my next video.